Okay, so I know it has been a little bit longer than it should have been since I've put up a new video. Last week I promised that I had more videos forthcoming, and I did, and I do, but just a little delayed. So I don't know who I'm really apologizing to. It's not like anybody's watching this. Maybe at some point in the future you'll be watching it, but as of right now I have one finger, one subscriber. And so, to that one subscriber, thank you, and my apologies for being delayed in getting this posted. But as promised, I have to talk about the surgery and give you some idea about what it was and why I had to have it. The procedure that I had on my left foot in December, on December 10th to be exact, was called a triple arthrodesis. And what it is it corrects a lifelong foot deformity. I know, the word deformity is lovely. It's very sexy, I think. Ladies, lock your doors. Boys, take a number. I have a foot deformity. So, triple arthrodesis, and my doctor, his name is Dr. Christian Royer. If you live in and around the Dallas DFW Metroplex area and you ever have any foot or ankle problems, go see him. He's wonderful. I can't say enough good things about him. I don't think I've ever felt more comfortable with a doctor in my life than I have with Dr. Royer. I wish he could be my general practitioner, really. And so anyway, met with him several times last year. It all started with my lower back in summer of 2007. I started having a lot of lower back pain, was sent to a specialist, ended up having x-rays and MRIs, and it was determined that my L4 and L5 vertebrae, the discs there, I'm sorry, not the vertebrae, but the disc in between the vertebrae, were degenerating much, much faster than they should be. And that on the MRI, they were dry and crusty. They were losing their lubrication. And I think I can speak for gay men everywhere when I say losing your lubrication, no fun. So, same applies to your discs. The point of all this being that ever since I was little, I have always hurt at the end of the day. Like just any normal activity, daily life, walking around, not running marathons or doing anything overtly athletic, just normal everyday life, that at the end of the day, my feet would always hurt. And Dr. Royer did x-rays and looked at my feet and said, yes, you have a foot deformity and it's a serious problem and you can do something about it. You can fix it. What they do is there's a total of 4 incisions. The first incision is just below my knee on my shin. They go in and they harvest some bone from my shin. And then there are 3 bones in your ankle that kind of connect your ankle to the top of your foot. And those 3 bones should be aligned vertically in a normal foot. And that's what keeps your foot pointing forward and also helps to support your arch. And mine, they weren't aligned vertically, they were essentially aligned horizontally, which means that my feet would flop out like a duck, and also that I had no arch. And so they go in, and there's 2 incisions there, one on the front side of the ankle and one on the side of the ankle. And what they do is align those bones vertically, and then use the bone that they harvested from my shin to fuse the joints together. It gets rid of the lateral motion and creates support for an arch, which I've never had. And then the 4th and final incision, and this is, fair warning, not pretty, is on the back of my ankle. And they go in, and they loosen or stretch, I've heard both words used, my Achilles tendon to allow me to have room for my foot to land properly and to keep my toes pointed forward. And that's a triple arthrodesis. After the surgery, you're in the hospital for 2 or 3 nights, and then you get to go home, and you have to be out of work for about 3 weeks. Those first 3 weeks, you have to keep the leg elevated as much as possible, and of course, there's a fair amount of pain, and you're just tired all the time. Those first 3 weeks are pretty miserable, I'm not going to lie. But then after 3 weeks, you get to go back to work, and you're in a cast. And there's my cast. And then you're in a boot. And that would be my boot, which I think looks like RoboCop's foot, which is totally fucking rad. So it's a total of 10 weeks that you are non-weight bearing on that foot. So I have to be completely non-weight bearing on my left foot for 10 weeks, and I'm about 7 weeks in at this point. And then about 3 weeks from now, I will start physical therapy. You have 6 weeks of physical therapy to get your foot the surgery was on back up to 100%. And then you get to do the other foot. So sometime in early April, I have to do the right foot, and it starts all over again. That's the bad news. The good news is, when it's all said and done, come summer, late July, early August, I will have, for the first time ever, 2 almost normal feet. So it's pretty exciting. It's hard to imagine, and it's a lot to go through, but the doctor, he was really great. Again, I can't say that enough. And, he made the point that this wasn't cancer. It's not like I had to do this immediately, but at my age, I would recover quicker, and with the spine and the discs already degenerating, long story short, if I had put it off another 10 or 15 years, there could have been more permanent damage to my hips and to my back, and I could have eventually lost a lot of mobility permanently. And that is not anything that is very fun to think about. So there you have it. That's what I'm going through right now, and why I have Scooter, which I will show you. And there's Scooter. He comes in a lovely maroon color. It's kind of like an elevated skateboard that I go around on while I can't walk, which it's not great, but it sure beats the hell out of crutches for 10 weeks. And then, sorry for the lighting right now. I know I look awful. I do have a double chin, but it's not quite this bad. A lot of this is shadow. That's really bad lights back there in my kitchen, and then just one lamp over here lighting my face. So I'm on my sofa. I just had my bone stimulator. I almost forgot. If you don't know, this is what is called a bone stimulator. And you see this part here goes over my ankle, and then I press this little button here every night for 30 minutes, and it creates a magnetic field, and it helps the fusion of the bones. It helps the bones grow back better than they would otherwise, thanks to a magnetic field. So that's my bone stimulator, which I just love saying, bone stimulator. And ironically, bone stimulator was always my nickname for Zac Efron. So I, of course, now call my bone stimulator Zac. So I get to say that Zac sits on me every night for 30 minutes. And I'm not lying, as long as people don't ask for too many details. So, upside of the surgery, bone stimulator. Be a good porno name, don't you think?